Take a look at Bloodhound Lil Jeff, the guy whose lyrics weren't just bars, they were confessions. Word on the street is he wasn't just rapping about murder, he was living it. Now get this, sources say this dude did not just commit 1 or 2, but 11 murders. That's right, 11 bodies. And while it sounds like something straight out of a horror film, this is real life. But here's where it gets even crazier. The same streets he terrorized, they're the same ones that took him out. So why would a promising young rapper with a whole future ahead of him decide to drop 11 bodies? And why was he killed? Was he a product of his environment, or was he orchestrating a bloodbath from the jump? And why does his name still carry so much weight in Chicago's drill scene? We're about to uncover the twisted legacy of Lil Jeff. It's no secret that when it comes to the rap game, you have to walk the talk, or at least make the streets believe it. But here's the twist. This whole prove what you rap thing, that rule only seems to apply to rappers. Over here, if you say you caught a body, people expect receipts. And in Bloodhound Lil Jeff's case, he brought them with blood still on the pavement. Raised in the heart of the east side of Chicago, Jeff's life was already on a crash course. He was shot as a kid and had to give up on his dreams to be a baller. To make matters worse, his father was allegedly linked to 068C block. Once he got that varsity rejection, it was curtains closed. That was the moment he decided to be a gangster. Bloodhound crew took him in, and from that point on, it was up and stuck. When asked about it, he would later reveal that he was influenced by his elder brother, who was doing more than shaking hands with gangsters at that point.
You tell us, like, who introduced you to the street life?
My brother.
Your older brother, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how was he showing you the ropes?
Let me tell you, nigga, my crib got shot up when I was like 14. I was some stupid ass shit.
By 18, he was flagrant with it, flaunting straps, bragging on bodies, and going live during drills like it was a mixtape rollout. This wasn't a kid playing gangster. This was someone who seemed determined to be a headline. And when his right-hand man, Zoni, got backdoored, Jeff hit a whole different gear. That wasn't just a loss. That was a declaration of war. And he wasn't shy about it. Dude was out here on live talking about starting a killing school like it was orientation week, saying you had to have 2 bodies just to sit in his class. What kind of mind even thinks like that? It was like Jeff saw the streets as a personal scoreboard, and he was chasing Hotsie score.
You man, I'm finna start taking niggas to killer school. I'm finna start taking niggas to killer school. You gotta have at least 2 bodies.
In a matter of months, he allegedly stacked up 10 bodies. 10. Even had the number tatted like a badge of honor. Whether it was Lil Gutta from Hit Squad, Clay and Crew from H-Ray, or that 33-year-old known as Black from Evans Mob, he kept the rumors swirling and the fear alive. One of the wildest, the alleged hit on Trap City's Leal, pulled up in Little Italy, broad daylight, lit up the whole block like it was nothing. Leal didn't even make it to the hospital. Jeff didn't just gloat about it, he reenacted it, turned real murder into online content. This was beyond drill. This was horrorcore. But the most shocking? January 2024. 2 teenagers, Monty and Lil Rob, both just high schoolers, shot dead in the loop after school. In the middle of the day, Jeff believed they were behind an attempted robbery that embarrassed him, and he wanted blood. 17 and 16. They were only kids, man. Gunned down like enemies of war. And Jeff? He turned around and put it in a song, referring to Monty as Za, turning pain into punchlines. While most people were still catching their breath, trying to make sense of his rise, Lil Jeff just kept climbing. No apologies, no slowing down. He dropped Steppin' in Blood, a tape that wasn't just a breakout project, it was a warning shot. His bars weren't the kind you just nod your head to. They hit like confessions, murky tales of street life, raw enough to sound like he wasn't just rapping about violence, he was rapping from it. The buzz started small, but quickly it turned into something else. A fan base built not just on beats and rhymes, but on fear, fascination, and the eerie feeling that maybe, just maybe, everything he said was real. Whispers turned to headlines. Stories started surfacing, some from songs, others from the streets. He hinted at contract killings, even allegedly in cities like Milwaukee. Lyrics about doing hits for change, about triple homicides, bodies dropping in clusters. It sounded less like music and more like evidence. And the wildest part? People couldn't get enough. They played it on repeat. Lil Jeff wasn't just another rapper trying to make it out. He was an urban legend in motion, a myth forming in real time. He moved like a ghost and rapped like a threat. Part artist, part outlaw. He knew exactly how to make the streets talk, how to turn violence into content and content into currency. Fame wasn't just a byproduct, it was a weapon, and he wielded it like a veteran. But stories like his never end clean. From the beginning, it was clear Lil Jeff wasn't bluffing. The things he rapped about weren't fiction, they were lived experiences. And the craziest part, he was still just a kid, too young to legally buy a drink, yet already speaking about death like it was an old friend. Like his idol King Von before him, Jeff understood the code of that life. Once you're in, there's rarely a clean way out. You either end up locked in a cell, laid in a casket, or constantly on the run. June 8th, 2024, South Side, Chicago. Shot and killed in what some are calling a failed retaliation attempt, deep in enemy territory. It wasn't a surprise. It felt like the closing chapter of a book he'd been writing in blood from the start. He was just 21, a whole life ahead of him, gone in seconds. His ops celebrated, his people wept, and Chicago, already numb to the violence, lost yet another young voice. One more name on the list, one more mural on the wall. Lil Jeff didn't just rap about the cycle, he got swallowed by it. Shockwaves rippled through Chicago's rap community after the news of his death was confirmed. A circulating video allegedly shows Lil Jeff being struck by multiple gunshots in broad daylight. This was followed by an outpour of grief and tributes from fans, fellow artists, and journalists. According to early details shared by Spot News, the incident is believed to have occurred on the 6,600 block of South Rhodes Avenue. Real-time updates indicated that Lil Jeff was shot as many as 12 to 15 times. However, police have not yet confirmed the identity of the deceased. To some, he was just another name on a list, another savage from the trenches who got caught up. But to others, his fans, his crew, his family, he was a legend in the making. The type of kid who jumped off the porch late, but tried to make up for lost time with unmatched energy. The kind of figure Reddit kids mythologize, but in real life, he was still just Jeff, a kid with big dreams, bad influences, and a heart that, according to those who knew him best, was much softer than the headlines would ever admit. As for those left behind, like Eskio, Q50, and others, they're either dead, locked up, or barely holding on. And the game, it keeps moving. Someone else will always try to be the next Jeff, outdo the last act, push the envelope a little further, maybe toss someone off a bridge on live. That's where we are now. The stakes keep rising, but the ending, it's always the same. This is the tragic legacy of Lil Jeff. Not just a cautionary tale, but a mirror, reflecting what happens when music, violence, and trauma blur into one. Why was Lil Jeff targeted? Did he know something? Or was he another victim of the senseless killings associated with violence-prone gangsters? Whatever the case, the way his death was handled is raising more questions than answers. And in a city with a long history of buried truths and unexplained violence, people are starting to wonder if there's more to Lil Jeff's story than we're being told. But what do you think? Was Lil Jeff killed by the family member of one of his victims? Or was he the unlucky victim of a stray bullet? But 15 shots, that's a whole lot. Whoever killed him must have held a grudge. Anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below.